Welcome. It's a pleasure to be before you today. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be, what part of the country is appropriate. I thank God that He allowed me to wake up this morning throughout the day to bring forth this message to you. It was not a planned message. Many years ago, I used to do Facebook pop-up videos, just random thoughts that may come to my mind, and I've cut back on doing them. I still need to turn them into a book. I think I over 200, 300 pop-up that I did over the years. But I was thinking about something. Me and a young lady was talking about something, and she was explaining to me about this person think that she's desperate or juicy or desperate. I said, funny. You think you're juicy and desperate? And I've heard that before, and I said, okay, let me turn that into a message. And I had gotten another message from her when she was talking about get more bang for your buck. And I turned that into a message which I have not shared yet, more bang for your buck. And then the recent months we have heard the Super Bowl, where it said they're not like us. And I had a dream to write my version of a message, not a song, but a message similar to they're not like us, which I'll be doing also. Probably doing on my YouTube channel and use Facebook as an invite to my live or recorded video. And All Tears Are Not Wet is my niche, and Hidden Tears of Black Male. And I thought about the writing that I have written over the years, and I see now that they did not apply to the time I wrote them in. For example, if I was crying doing this video, you say, Anthony has a problem, he's crying. What is his problem? And I'd be wiping my face. But what are the hidden tears? The hidden tears that's not wet is from our behaviors. Some people cry out from their behavior. A parent or grandparent, mother or father may tell their siblings, or friends will tell friends, baby, you need to get help. Why? Because they see or hearing things from their mouth or seeing in their behavior that they're really crying out for help. They take alcohol, illicit drugs, illicit sex, something to quench the pain, to take away that pain. There's no tears, but their behavior is showing their tears. They are crying without wet tears. Many people, matter of fact, every one of us, have some form of a hidden tears. We may not share them with people. We kept them to ourselves. Some people have unalive themselves. Some people have resort to means to try to erase that pain. Single mothers, unwed mother, baby mama drama, child don't know where his father at or mother, incarcerated. Let's go on and on. A lot of people are crying out without their tears. Movie stars, actors that are experiencing troublesome time in their life are here to give speeches and talk, and you see in their eyes tears, and some even break down. All of us, from one time or another, or even now in the sound of my voice, has some form of tears that's not wet. And what can wipe away the tears? We can use a cloth or a napkin, but what can wipe away the hidden tears? It's those admitting that we have a problem, confessing that you have a problem, asking for help. Asking for help. And if you refuse to ask for help, then you cannot be helped. You cannot pretend, you cannot control things and want it to be your way. When you're really desperate for something, whether it's good or bad, you will go after it. The juicy part of it, it can be sweet. It's like me taking a bite of a watermelon. Have you ever bought a watermelon and you bite it? It's juicy, it's sweet, it makes you pucker up. And you can eat the whole thing if you don't stop. And you take another bite. I gotta put that down. That's how life is. That's how some relationships, people, men and women, no one is exempt, are in juicy and desperate, or desperate and juicy relationships. They are. They succumb to the pressure of being alone. Some men seek out women for the express purpose of being sexually involved with them, and vice versa. Some women will satisfy for anybody that they see if their bills can be paid or something they can get from that person. Some people float around and go into different relationships and stay in the other one. And for those of you who fall in the P. Diddy trial, I was listening to something. They say he's jealous and get upset about the relationships that he's involved himself with in the other people. And then he get mad and upset when he discovered that the woman is doing the same thing or want to do the same thing he's doing. And it's sad. We saw the video where he beat up the young lady. First he denied it until the video come out. Desperate and juicy relationships. Somebody say, well, how can she stay in that relationship? For those of you who may not have heard, there's something called a Stockholm syndrome. When the victim take the side of the captive. That happened many, many years ago. Patty Hearst was kidnapped by the Symbionese army. And before they can find her, they saw her on a videotape robbing a bank with her captives. Stockholm syndrome. When you become close tied with your suspect. Tearing down. Forget about the pretty body, the pretty face. It's an emotional strip down, deception, seduction, constantly mentally and spiritually raping you, telling you this, getting evidence on you, physical evidence or whatever, to force you to do it. And you say you have no choice. Or you be unalive or something bad may happen to you. And over years and years and years, people can be stripped down. They're self-existent. They're self-purpose in life. They see, when they look in the mirror, they don't see themselves amount to anything because they have been in an abusive relationship. From my experience as a law enforcement officer, former, they settle for less. They put themselves in an abusive relationship where the man is totally in control of their lives. They know that the man is dating and seeing somebody else, another juicy relationship he's in. She's so desperate, he's so desperate. They don't want to leave. They look the other way. They think that it's okay, but it's not. They don't take sound advice. So I began to think about this today, and as I thought about her, and I was looking at a video, say, what is your purpose? You're looking at it wrong. When we look at what is our purpose, it be what I think, what I want, what I believe, what's in it for me, and how it benefits me. But what is God's purpose? That is how I begin to look at the things I do. 46 years or 42 years I've been writing. And a lot of my writing, if I read it out, read and share some with you, you think that I wrote it 2 months ago. But I didn't. To have ability, the God within me gave me the ability to write from what I hear, the thoughts that I think. And I mentioned earlier, we had the fad about they're not like us. But I have my version of they're not like us. Not the music. You can have the music in your mind when you hear what I have to say. But you'll like what I'm bringing forth. Desperate. People say desperate times you must do desperate things. That may work for some. It worked for others. For a while. Desperate relationships gets us in trouble. I can look at relationships I have been involved with over the years with different individuals. In some degree, it was desperate because I wanted to be with that woman. I tolerate that woman's behavior. I tolerate how she treats me verbally. And especially being a black male, when you express yourself verbally, calmly, to some females, they take it as you arguing at them. Oh, you arguing at me? You doing this at me? You know who I am? I don't really need you. They fight verbally, argue back at you. And who are you to argue at me? You know who I am? They look at themselves and they focus on themselves. It's like you are taking a bite sexually, kissing, hugging, spending time. You enjoying the juicy part of the relationship. When some women and men involve themselves in the juicy part of the relationship, whether it's sexually or non-sexual or whatever they decide is juicy for them, money can be juicy for a woman. Cars and jewelry and cell phone, getting her hair done, getting her nails done, wearing the best clothes, getting a designer bag can be juicy for a woman. You don't have to be nothing sexy. And likewise, the man want a good woman. He want the BBL woman. He want the woman to look a certain way. So he settled just for that. And I'm sure in the sound of my voice, maybe you or you may know someone that are involved in a juicy but desperate or desperate, juicy relationship. They're tolerating it. They're tolerating it because they don't want to be alone. They're sad. They feel miserable. They look at their girlfriend, their boyfriend, whoever may be in their life, appear to have a good life, and they settle for whatever. Why? Because they're desperate. Desperate. When I was thinking about this watermelon, I said, wow, is watermelon in the Bible? Where is the physical word watermelon in the Bible? So I typed it up and it says it's not exactly watermelon, the word watermelon in the Bible, but the Bible does say melon. Melon, M-E-L-T-O-N, typify a watermelon. It's in Numbers 11:5-6. Watermelon as one of the food of the Israelite long for after leaving Egypt. The Hebrew verb is avaticH, A-V-A-T-I-C-H, believed to be referred to watermelon. The Arabic have B-A-T-I-C-H, also mean watermelon. Spiritually speaking, watermelon is healing and rejuvenation. And people do say you can eat a watermelon. It soothes the muscles. It deals with the blood pressure, hydration. When you hydrate, you can take a watermelon. And then, as I mentioned, it is juicy. It's sweet. 90% water, but it's sweet. It can be exciting. And, as I mentioned, it has sexual meaning behind it. But I'm not coming from the position directly focusing on the sexual aspects of it. I'm simply using it as a tool to show you. Like I speak of myself. And if you're truthful with yourself, are you involved in a relationship because of the juicy things in life that you're receiving because you're desperate? You may say, I'm not desperate. But if you look in the mirror of self, you may say you are desperate. And some men and some women will be able to tell that you are desperate. You are desperate to be involved in a relationship. Why you are desperate? Because they know that they can, if they talk to you in a nasty, derogatory, use profanity, telling you about yourself, and you come back and be involved with them, especially if they hit you, you're desperate to be in that relationship because you know, man or woman, you can go directly or indirectly into the sexual relationship part, and that will satisfy that situation for that moment. Again, there are many individuals out there that's troubling or in a troublesome relationship because they are desperate to remain in that relationship for whatever reason. If you want to be free from that relationship, look at the way you can be free from the relationship. But you must first admit that you are in that type of relationship. What gets us in trouble is pride. We don't want to go to our friend and say, well, guess what? I'm in a relationship that I, don't want to be in. I heard in my line of work Well, I know he's cheating on me, but because he paid the bills, I'll just tolerate it so long he don't give me anything or bring something home. Desperate. And the juicy part of it, he come home and be sexually involved, or she come home and be sexually involved. So they go hand in hand. A lot of individuals are not going to be involved in a desperate relationship when no sexual in any form is not taking place. They're going to go find. They may be there for a certain reason, but they will go to somebody else to satisfy their needs. Yes, brothers and sisters, it's not a black or white thing. We all, if we really admit to ourselves, have been or experiencing relationships involve the juicy taste of the relationship. Not that it has to be about sex. The emotional part of it, the mental pleasure, the emotional pleasure, the financial pleasure, the property pleasure, or whatever you get from that man or woman is a form of juicy stuff that you give him. Look at my notes. A man and woman are having a conversation and showing each other that they are not desperate for a relationship. While they are willing to engage in a juicy romantic or sexual connection, they indirectly try to avoid seeming desperate, not wanting to abandon common sense moral or allow themselves to be controlled by another. There are some men and women who seek relationships out of desperation, not for love or genuine connection, but for personal gain. They willingly engage in desperate and juicy conversation and relationships seeking financial support, status, certain lifestyle from their partner. In other words, they treat that person as friends with benefits. Participating in these relationships because they feel desperate, believing their juicy connection will always remain to be sweet. Their juicy connection will always be sweet. But it won't. It won't. However, they often forget or choose to ignore the fact that their juicy relationship can turn sour. Their words and behavior reveal the desperate and juicy thoughts they are mentally consuming. Eventually, one or both partners may seek out additional desperate and juicy connections, emotionally and mentally squeezing what they want from each individual, much like picking fruit from a tree. Controlled by one another. There are some men and women who seek relationship out of this desperation, not for love or connection, for personal gain. Excuse me, am I repeating myself? Yes, I'm sorry. I'll copy this free. Desperation. Men and women seeking relationships. So when I thought about what the young lady said to me, that's what brought about this message. It's my hope that it gave you insight to look at your relationship different. Even in marriage, there can be some variation of despotism and seeking juicy stuff. Well, my husband, you don't treat me anyway like you used to anymore. My wife not doing what she's supposed to be doing. Then they go look outside of their marriage and say, oh, wow, she look good. They think about the juicy stuff that they can get. When a man and woman, they both can be, you take a juice, take an orange, and you squeeze the juice out of it. You suck that orange, and you suck it. The juice out of the fruit. They both are juicers. The man and woman are juicing one another. And how do they do that? With the thoughts they're thinking toward each other. They open their mouth and repeat what they're thinking. Then they speak it to her and they speak it to him. and depend on how he or she respond to it. They squeeze some more. Baby, you look good. Baby, you need that. Oh, my husband is not doing right. Oh, he gonna be out of town. Oh, we just together because of the children. Oh, he won't know he's going to work. Oh, he's not treating me right. Baby, you look good to be denied this love that I have for you. So he or she fall prey to the juicer. So when you meet players, not a joke. Look at this, my new terminology, the juicer. For those of us who are single and a man or woman come to you, see if they are a juicer. And how do you know? Because they will tell you right off the bat, hey, I like you. You look good. You smell good. But what can you do for me? What are you bringing into this relationship? Well, do you have your own place? Nope. Got a job? Nope. Got a car? Nope. Wait a second. I stay with my boys, I stay with my boys here and there. You know how it is. What she have? Well, she have a house, a good paying job, a nice apartment. She paying all her bills. He said, wow. Hey, how much your light bill costs? How much this costs? So he juice her. Baby, you look good. So they get involved in a little bit of sex here and there. She makes the big mistake because he done squeezed something out of her. And she said, you can move in until you get on your feet. Weeks, months pass. He don't want to go nowhere. And by law, if he stayed in more than 30 days, that's his resident. Juicing one another out of desperation. Well, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. I deal with loneliness too. But when we drop our guard down and rely on someone because of what they can do for us, they have juiced us to do whatever and say whatever. Think about it. Think about it. Are you being juiced right now? Is someone putting a squeeze on you to do something or to say something or go along with something that you don't want to be a part of? Are they looking at you like a piece of watermelon? This is what I'm going to tell her. Baby, you sweet. Every time I'm around you, you make me feel good. He tells her lies, juicing her, until she succumbs. Well, I think I let him in my life. And men are not off the hook. Women do the same thing to them. If she have not been around a certain kind of man, or maybe this man look better than the one that she had, and she see what she can get from that man, or she see what she wants from that man, and if he's willing to do it, so she gonna throw out her juicy thoughts to try to reel him in. So both parties is playing the juicer card. 52 cards in the deck. Let's say 52 thoughts in a deck. How I'm going to get him or her into my life. So think about it. When you single people and married people who say they're not happy in a relationship, get counseling. Well, I don't want to go to counseling. He don't want. No, you go for you. Stand your ground and don't submit and succumb to the thoughts that's not of your upbringing. Begin to look at the thoughts that you're thinking. Are you in a relationship that foundation was brought upon the juicer and the desperation mentality? If you see yourself in this message, even if you don't see yourself in the message, maybe it might prepare you not to see yourself in the message. You may know someone that need to hear this message. Allow them to hear what you heard. Share it with someone. Share it with someone. And I close by saying that I remember I did a video several weeks ago about ungodly soul ties. Because I realized from my experience a lot of people don't really know about ungodly soul ties. Some do and some don't. And I say about when when a man and woman engage in an intimate relationship with the other person, they have an ungodly soul tie. They have ungodly soul. Because I don't believe that. Your child, say you raise your child a certain way. I'm using that example. You moving into a certain school, or you moving in a different neighborhood, and all of a sudden your child is acting like the neighbors. What happened? An ungodly soul tie took place. It's not the physical side. Yeah, the physical part is okay, but it's a spiritual connection. And when I heard in this particular child about all the relationship that they went through, I say a lot of ungodly soul ties has taken place. And the only way they can be rid of it, they need God. If I didn't mention it earlier, they need God. And you can tell. You have friends and family members right now. They're not crying, showing you tears down their eyes. The conversation from their mouths and their behavior in a destructive manner reveal that their tears are not wet. So if you like what you heard, share it with other individuals and let them see. Desperate relationship. Desperate, oh, I forgot to say this. Desperate self refers to a strong, overwhelming desire for romantic affection, companionship, and validation. That's what self-desperation stems from. Loneliness, isolation, drives individuals to seek out relationships for emotional needs. They're desperate. They're incomplete. We should be desperate for the things of God. We will rather spend time with God, with Him, seeking His Word, thinking about His Word, arranging our lifestyle toward God, want all what God has for us. A person that has self-desperation and juicy-minded thoughts, they don't even want to have God in their life. They may have a little bit here and a little bit there, but that doesn't count. They are desperate pertaining to self. Self-thought, self-desperation, self-lack of cause you and I to go off the track away from God. We cannot serve two masters. We either love one and hate the others. So it's my hope that what you heard from a conversation I had with a young lady, I told her I was going to put a message together. She'll give me ideas to do one or two. From this conversation. We can learn from having conversation from others. And I thought about it as I say. So I'll leave you with this bite of the watermelon. It's sweet, it's tasty, but it may not be for you. It may not be for you. If you're looking to get involved with that man or woman because what juicy stuff you squeeze out of him, he got the paper, he got the looks, he got the bling, he got the car, he doesn't have none of those things. And because you're so desperate, you want to be involved with a man, or you want to be involved with a woman. You drop your standard just to be in that relationship. So, I made a mistake. I should have never let him move in my house. I should have never gone to bed with him. I should never do this. And he's, I shouldn't have been involved with that woman. Now she's pregnant. But what I can say, it's not mine. Desperate and juiciness cause problems. Unwed mothers. Baby mama dramas. Mamas with 7 children and they all have different daddies. Desperate. Because they fall to the lies of the male juicer. Yes, the male juicer. It used to be a male pimp. Now we have the male juicer and the female juicer. People say, oh, men always do this, men always do this, men always do that. That may be true. But we have some women out there do the same thing, similar things that men do. They're not innocent. They're not innocent. The pretty book cover may look good, But I want to know what the table of contents reveals, and that means the thought that they think. They have a good body, good face, but when they have a conversation with you, oh, wow, it don't go anywhere. So thank you all for listening to this message. Share it with other people and allow them to hear what you have heard. Like I mentioned, I'll be posting other messages. I mean, just post them, might do them on my YouTube channel. All Tears Are Not Wet. I recommend you go to my YouTube channel. Go to the short section. All Tears Are Not Wet is a YouTube channel. Go to the short section because they're 1 minute and 3 minute videos. And then look at the long-term video, long-form video. And I will say that you will find something on it that you will see apply to you or somebody else. Then I have another YouTube channel, He Still Speaks Now, Listen. And then Thoughts in AM. The thought that I think is not because it's AM in the morning, it's my initials in my name. I do what I do, not because it's my purpose. If it was my purpose to do what I'm doing, I would have stopped a long time ago because I'm not getting paid. But it's God's purpose for me to do what I do. He's my God. He's telling me, pointing me in the direction to say what needs to be said. Whether the person like it or don't like it, it's not a black or white thing, no matter how you attach it to that. When we have our purpose in mind, we are in control of every aspect of our purpose. We try not to slip, we try not to fall, we try not to make mistakes, we try not to stutter, we try not to do it. We want everything to be in line with one another. But when we are driven by God, we will say what needs to be said. It may not be 1 plus 2, it may not be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It may be 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 20. It may not be in order as the world may say it should be in order. When we allow God's purpose in our lives, He's in control of everything. And I close by saying this, when I'm a writer, author of 10 books. I was reminded, Anthony, who know that you have written 10 books? Not many. So how can they know? I must let them be aware what I have put together, just like my YouTube channel. Some people's not going to be supportive, and that's fine. But if no one knows anything about me, it's because I'm not making it known. That's where it comes in to God's purpose. Because it's God's purpose, He will reward me accordingly whenever. If I don't want to do it because of my purpose, I'm going to do everything to try to make it happen, and probably will happen. It may not last for a long time. So thank you. God willing, I'll be back Tuesday with another book review of one of my 10 books. And if I decide to do any more broadcasts, I'll make it known. If you have a topic that you want to discuss or want me to elaborate on, just hit me up on my email or type it in the Facebook comment section, the question, or what you want me to discuss. Or you can just go privately hit my Gmail, todanow7@gmail.com. todanow7@gmail.com. I thank God He allowed me to stand before you today to bring forth this message. It's my hope that it cause someone to think about their lives. I call to action to you. If you see yourself in this message, if this message have helped you in any way, shape, or form, let me know. Let other people know. Because I have done many videos, and I call to action and comment. Sometimes I wonder, is my videos being seen or watched? Or is it being flagged or pushed down the ladder? I don't really know unless you don't comment. I don't have live people on. Very rarely, not often, I get live people on when I'm doing them. But then again, if I was doing it for my purpose, like I did before, I would stop doing videos. But I must plant the seed and water. Oh, plant the seed. It just reminded me of something I did not say. Let me see if I got it. It's about the watermelon have seeds in it. You bite it, some people chew it, some people swallow it, some people get rid of it. when we are involved in any form of desperate, juicy relationships, and we are told the truth, which is the seed, some people spit it out, don't consume it, don't accept it, don't have anything to do with the seed. It's not good. It's not it's useless. I don't want to. And they put it away. Don't do that. Examine yourself. Examine yourself. Are you going to continue? Are you right now thinking about, wanting, or want to do, involve yourself in a juicy, desperate relationship, being supplied the juicy thoughts, a seed from he or she, or them or her, whomever. No one is exempt. Sometimes taking a bite of the thoughts from the juice of he or she will be dangerous, life-threatening. It will reveal you to you. And you may not be able to hold on to him or her, because I'm not sure. When that relationship begins to be sour, he or she will find another victim that fall into the trap, because he or she will be a juicer going out there looking for their emotional he or she watermelon. Thank you.